Well, hello everybody, it's Richard here. I haven't been doing any broadcasts recently, but I've recently purchased a few items on eBay, and so I thought it was a good opportunity to really have a bit of a catch up and sort of as a project, as it were. And just say that I've mainly been very busy with a relative's car, actually, and getting that on the road, and that's a Citroen AX, which is this, so the Haynes manual that I'm sure all of you are fairly conversant with will know that you know, they're really good books, and so I've been quite busy doing things in a slightly different arena, as it were, as opposed to all the electronics and all the records and all the other tape recorders and other things I love to get involved in, and of course being quite busy at work, so feeling a bit tired, so I have left it a bit. Probably left things a bit late in the season, as now we're into October and the weather's starting to change here in the United Kingdom. We've had some really marvellous weekends, and the weather's been quite unusually warm and extremely bright sunshine, actually, driving to work down the M2 towards Faversham, where I'm based. It's been quite a challenge in the morning and coming home, so but great fun all the same. Anyway, I want to talk to you about 3 pieces of kit, but I'm going to make these videos individually because this project is going to be about the the radio tuner, Technics radio tuner SA-GX200L. I've just had to check my notes on that. And I always get a bit foxed with the numbering of these various pieces of information. I've actually found quite a good website with a database of all Techniques, but this one doesn't seem to feature, and I literally haven't actually powered it up yet. So these videos really right from the day almost I've taken it out of the box. It came from a guy in Devon who I really feel probably didn't realise what he had in his possession, because he actually was advertising this particular tuner amplifier as a receiver. I noticed that there was a big knob on there which looked like a volume control to me, and I thought, and 2 smaller ones, and so I thought fair enough, and it was all going for all of it, the receiver as he called it, the CD player, and also the double cassette deck, all by Technics, was going for £5 each, so it seemed a bit of a, you know, I just couldn't resist it, really. Okay, I had to pay for postage, but they did all come, even in separate boxes, banana boxes from Colombia, of all places, recycled, so well packed up, and came by a car service. So they, you know, they were actually packaged well, I have to say, all the way from Devon. So I thought this morning, as I've got an opportunity, I've just literally taken the top off the actual kit, and we'll have a look and see what we've got there. I haven't powered it up, so we'll do that as part of a second video, if that's okay with everybody. And disappointment may be that you're not going to see it working on this particular part 1, but anyway, I'm just going to take Mr. Panasonic off the perch. This is always a bit of a challenge, as you know, because sometimes I switch him off by accident, so just bear with me a second as I do that. I'll try and do that carefully. Here we go. Right, okay. Right, here we go. This is the Technics SA-GX200L, and as you can see, it's in the usual dark plastic front casing here. It's obviously a digital machine in its format, so it's not an analog tuning line there, but obviously I'll be seeing what that looks like. I've had to source some cables as well, which I've got, because they're the usual figure of 8 type that you plug in the back. You've got the various bits here, which are tape monitor, VCR1, VCR2, which is quite an addition, I thought, because this must be a late, I thought probably 1999, 2000 maybe, 18, I don't know, I'm not sure. I can't get a date anywhere on this, can't find a date anywhere on this one, but somebody might be able to help me on that. And then obviously above that line you've got the various settings with the various tuning presets, I would have thought. It says 24 channel random preset tuning, so that's what those buttons must be. And then you've got tuner, CD and phono. The CD player and the phono, they're all numbered similarly, so they come with the same sort of design. Technics with this sort of line and then a slight chamfered frontage. I think quite nice, sticks out of view. And then below that you've got start, file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, 5, another, an end. I'm not sure what they mean, and grouping. I imagine they can group those together. I'm not sure what that all means. I'll have to try and source a manual, I think, on the internet. And then you've got tuning, obviously, up and down, memory scan, group search, and then memory, and then FM, medium wave allocation, shortwave frequency shift, is that? And then FM mode, auto mono, I assume, so you can do it for mono. And then of course loudness, and the amplification is over this side. We've got the large volume knob, which is typical of some of the Technics things I've already got in my collection. And then tone controls, which are bass and treble. And then below that you've got a balance, and then inputs for video in and audio left and right for the VCR, but there's also on the back something of that nature. Now inside, one thing I've noticed, it's got the most enormous heatsink, which is actually assisted by a fan here. If I just point to that, there we go. So I need to give that a, but there's so much dust in here I wouldn't actually switch it on or power it up yet. So a large transformer over this side, and then an output transformer here. Obviously the RF stuff's over this side, and then they've got these large two capacitors, output capacitors here as part of the amplifier, and then the back panel is very similar in its, just around the back there, and this small piece here is saying Toshiba on it, so I assume they're using Toshiba parts, because of course Panasonic was the high end Toshiba was the high end of National Panasonic, so they're linked. So it's obviously well being put together. Very heavy. This mains transformer is really heavy. So it's the heaviest part of the kit, really, in some respects. The left hand side. So there we are. Now on the back, let me just turn that around for you. Just one hand is there. So this loop aerial, by the way, actually hasn't got a fixing, which I find rather amusing, because on my other kit there's a place to put this on, but it's just waving around in the breeze here, so to find something of that. The back end you've got the inputs for, obviously we've got phono, VCR1, and then we've got tape there as well, and there's a ground and also an antenna output. Then the video input here. Where is my finger gone? There we go. Video out, should I say there. And then there's a remote system, which it comes with some 3.5-inch jacks with cables to link the three together. So that must be something to do with the remote control system, which I haven't got going with this. I don't think they're that critical to the working. And then you've got the speakers. You've got two sets of speakers. You've got 16 and 216 was it? Yes, 16 and 18 home outs on here. So where are we? There we go. Which are the top line. So, and then obviously the mains input is here as well, and then the labelling on the back there. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm now going to clean out all this dust and then power it up and see what happens, basically. So what we'll do on part 2 is, once I've completed this part of the work, I'll come back and show you how things are progressing. Anyway, bye for now, and thanks for watching.